Welcome to the Greater Victoria Real Estate Show. I'm Jane Johnston, realtor here in Victoria, and this is a show where we cut through the noise and talk about what's actually happening in our local market.
I'm Andrew Plank, also a Victoria realtor. We'll talk stats, timing, neighborhoods, and what we're seeing behind the scenes.
And I'm Jen Lowe, mortgage broker. I'm the numbers person of the group, and I'll chime in with the mortgage side.
Each week, we break down what the market means for you.
All focused right here on Greater Victoria.
No hype, no pressure, just honest conversations, local insight, and practical advice.
Let's get into it.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, July 8th. Welcome to the Greater Victoria Real Estate Show. I'm Jane Johnston, and I'm here with
Jen Lowe, mortgage broker with Dominion Lending Centers Modern Mortgage Group. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. And Andrew is away today. He's just at a meeting. So just wondering how it's going for you, Jen.
It's gotten busy. Lots of pre-approvals and rate holds and yeah, more interest it seems.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So before we started, you were talking about Brendan Ogmanson, and he was talking about a phantom recovery. What was he saying?
Basically that the housing market has not rebounded as what was expected, and that buyers are continuing to remain very cautious despite improved affordability in comparison to the last 2 years. So consumer confidence, economic uncertainty, and higher fixed mortgage rates is weighing on the amount of sales, but we're definitely seeing prices dropping.
Okay, so let's get into it, and let's see if we're seeing that in Victoria as well. Okay, because I do think he might be saying what's happening. And okay, I'm just seeing this slide. Okay, and anything on the we're having a mortgage rate update coming up.
Yes, that's next week, next Wednesday. I can't believe it's July 8th already. So next Wednesday, July 15th, the Bank of Canada will announce what they're going to do with their overnight lending rate. We're not expecting any changes. Fixed rates, there continues to be upward pressure on fixed rates as the bond yields do remain elevated. However, the amount of mortgages and purchases that have happened in the year are under what we expected. So we do have a few lenders that are doing some quick close rate specials with fixed rates. So that's always appealing if clients' potential closing dates are flexible. If we can fall within guidelines of some of these rate specials, it's definitely a good savings.
Interesting. So yeah, opportunity is there if you're able to close quickly.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, so we're going to do the weekly stats, and then we'll get into the monthly stats. So Jen, why don't you take it away?
Sure. So here we are. So the last 7 days in here in Victoria, we had 278 new listings. Compared to the previous week, there was 343. We've got the price. Sorry, I can't see what the word is there.
Underneath where it says 5?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a new listing. This is, sorry. Hold on. I can't see it either.
I know. Price
Pending.
Decreases. Pending, that's right. Yes. Pending sales this week, 155. With the previous week, it was 182. And that's kind of surprising as well, given the end of June is usually such a big month and end date for purchase activity. Price decreases 167 versus 192 the week before, and expired listings are up significantly at 135 versus 69 the week before.
So I will say the pending will happen a couple weeks after the offers happen. So it was a bit of a busy weekend last weekend. So we'll see those pendings happening in the next week or two. But that being
Right.
said, being the end of school, I think a lot of people were aware.
Yes.
I think a lot.
Yeah.
I think that we'll see, I'm finding right now I'm getting inquiries again. It felt like it's picking up a bit. So hopefully, yeah, we'll get some sales happening this week. Yeah. And that's really how I look at things now. It's like really week to week.
100%.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. So our list to sale ratio this week was 55.76. That's not bad. That's up over last week of 53.06. And I just want to say that if you look at price decreases and pending, it's interesting the relation. So we have more price decreases than we do pendings. Okay, net unconditional sales, we're at 79 so far. We're 1 week into the month. That's compared to 680, so it feels low. We should be about 25% compared to
Right.
same month last year. New listings were at 167, and that's compared to 1,362 last year. And total active listings, this is for Greater Victoria, is 2,952. And that's up from last year of 3,702. I actually think that number might be slightly off. I think it's higher.
Okay, because I was going to say it's under 4,000. It's been over 4,000 for the last little while. So.
Yeah, and just based on this, the fact that we have so many new listings, and yeah, I think that number may be off. Check it. All right, so let's look at the monthly stats. Jen, do you want to talk about this one?
Well, here we are with our total active listings following a similar curve going back to June 2024. I mean, we're definitely got a lot more listings than we had in June 2024, but it's following a similar curve.
Yeah, it seems to be leveling out a bit. I think people are maybe if they don't have to put it on, they won't. Right now, I would say we're going to see a large number of condos on the market, but my God, my phone's just ringing. But single family homes are still doing pretty okay. So let's see if that's actually where the numbers are.
Actually, just to jump in on that, on another note, if more condos go up for sale, I'm sure people have heard about this developers being bought out by the government. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out and what happens. We had a luncheon yesterday, and it was obviously a topic of conversation. Right now, the biggest question is which lenders would fund or mortgage a rent to own. Right now, I don't know one. So that's going to be an interesting situation. Yes. Lenders don't like rent to own.
Okay, here's how I look at rent to own. Let's talk about this. Rent to own is a bet. And the bet is for a buyer that the market's going to go up. So they're guaranteeing a price in like maybe 5 years. They're going to pay their rent, and then a portion of that rent's going to go towards the down payment. But in 5 years, the price will be here. Sellers are betting the prices are going to go down. So they want to guarantee that they're going to get this amount. And they're being pessimistic on the market. That's why they do rent to own. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hence why lenders don't want to lend on them either. It's a big risk, especially going back to the Phantom Recovery report that the housing market rebound has not materialized as expected. So there's definitely a big risk there.
Yeah, well, so even though the government may want this, the lenders may not be playing ball, is what you're saying.
It's not the first time.
Fascinating.
There was a program that was released recently came out with CMHC. It was like a refinance, interesting program, but there wasn't I don't know of a lender that jumped on board with this particular program. So it basically fell off. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I really, it's funny how the tail can wag the dog, right?
Yes.
Like how the institutions have more power than the government, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens next. But
Hmm.
just a bit of insight there.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay, so as Jen said, we're seeing a normal variation, but we're going up in inventory here. So we're over 4,000. And then we're seeing, again, actually a very smooth curve for list to sale ratio from the spring. So the number of sales has come up, maybe in fact leveled off a bit. And we're starting to see a decline in listings, but that is following a normal pattern. So June, we are going to be seeing, we're actually at rates that we were last year, even less. So peak listing time is in May. Most people go for that time because they want to have the flowers showing, the gardens looking nice. And I know for us, we are focusing on trying to get pictures taken for our clients so that if they list later in the year, the garden's going to be showing great in the photos.
Oh,
So, but
smart.
still, if you look at the delta of list to sale, we're not even at 50%. What were you going to say?
No, I just said that's smart to do the pictures now when it's all bright and the grass is green and yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, it really, what it does is it separates the stress for the seller of getting their place ready versus putting it on the market. Because sometimes it can be too much at one time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, and we were doing a market report yesterday, actually, Sean and I, and we were looking at the list to sale ratio here, and we could see we have about 5 months worth of inventory, so 1 in 5 listings is selling right now, and we are on the cusp of a balanced market here. It's been very solid line here. We're at the lower end, and just so you know, the range has varied over the past few years, and it's gone up. So before it used to be you were in a buyer's market at a higher range, and this would be considered, sorry, you would be considered at a buyer's market now, but now we're at balance. So that's interesting to me. Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
Anyway, so list to sale ratio, or if you were to look at this in 10 years, you would say that looks like a solid line over the past few years. What do you say?
Yes. I mean, if you were to add COVID in there, like COVID times, it was totally different time, but it's a stable market. It's been a stable market for a good long time.
Yeah. So one of the things I read yesterday when I was doing a market analysis, looking at the market overall, if you were to rate 2021 as a 10 out of 10 and 2008 as a 1 out of 10, we're currently at a 5 or a 6 out of 10. So not bad.
No. Yeah.
Okay. So single family homes, we started out 2 years ago just over 1.25. And we're pretty much back there. We've seen a decline in the average price of a single family home, and that's been happening since February. Generally, we see a peak in the market in February, just because if listings are on the market, there is a lot of competition, as seen in our earlier graphs. And so we've seen more listings come up. And so because there's choice, buyers are being a little picky, and I would say it's a bit of a grind.
Right.
But
Yep. 100%.
What are you
That's
finding with your
classic.
clients?
Supply and demand,
Sure.
right? Buyers want to get a deal, or what they feel is a deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Townhomes. Actually, when we go to, I'm curious about the townhome graph here. Is I've definitely had a few appraisals recently that the values came in significantly under what we were expecting in the townhome market
For resale?
for like a refinance. Yeah. So when an appraiser is
Oh,
going out to do an appraisal, the values are significantly under what we were expecting.
so for those, I have some questions for you.
Yeah.
For those appraisals, so they're coming in under what the anticipated amount is being. Is that affecting their financing then?
It can, yeah. Like if we're in, like, unfortunately, there's been a few situations, even with single family homes or condos, that, you know, if clients bought 3 or 4 years ago, the value. Oh, hi, Andrew.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent.
I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah. No, going sideways. Thought I'd get the real estate on the screen a little bit better. What have I missed? Hello, everyone.
Hello. So we're just talking, so appraisals coming in for refinancing, not at the anticipated price. So is the value that they're going in for the appraisal, is that based on an amount like a, I don't know, assessment, or what is it based on?
we usually try to get use the BC assessed value to avoid having to get an appraisal, but that's not working right now. And then
Oh,
unfortunately, like recent comparables in the townhome market, they're selling significantly under what they were. So that's reducing the value that we can get, which then, of course, you can only refinance up to 80% of the value. So if we're trying to refinance up to that 80%, it's reducing the amount we can mortgage.
so I have a question. What is the layout of those townhouses? Because I feel there's two types of townhouses. We have main level living with additional accommodation up or down, like or additional bedrooms up or down, or we have 3-level townhomes, of which there are tons side by side, chock-a-block, and we have younger families in those. The first set we tend to have 55 plus. So what are you finding is the demographic of those owners?
It's those like 3-level ones that are coming in significantly under right now. This could change. All it would take would be a couple, new. It's also the pricing of the brand new ones that are on market. That's what's driving the reduction in the price of or value of existing townhomes too.
Hmm.
So,
Market
And
driven.
what is the value? What is the value? Is it around 700?
700-800, and we were expecting around $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay, well, I will say, I wonder if that's one of my clients, because I did do a market analysis and I told them I really felt that because the competition, especially new construction, similar townhouses in the Saanich West area, Saanich West, Saanich East, like on the cusp there. There's some new ones in the Wilkinson area
Yep.
that look really nice.
And are
they're,
priced
I think,
lower.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that creates some challenges right now. But
Well, let's look at condos first, and then we'll get to townhomes. I'm so excited.
yeah.
Okay. So Andrew, can you read that? Are you able to read that?
I can't. Not on my phone. I've got. No, I can't see it. I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna have to read it.
No
That's
worries.
okay.
Glad you're with us.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 years ago we were at 600. We peaked in February 2025 and in January of 2026 around the 650 mark. It's been fairly steady until May, and then we've seen a drop in condos from 650. We're now just below 600. So to me, this is a result of a bit of a glut in condos on the market right now. I just feel like investors are just honestly dumping them. What do you think, Andrew?
Dumping condos? I don't know about dumping, but you reach a point where you've been trying to sell, or there's such we've been trying as a group, as a whole. When you look, zoom back and look at the macro picture, a lot of people trying to sell their condos and they're not making the sale. So at some point, something's got to move, and price is where things make the move. People have been over optimistic, I guess, about what they can get for their condos, and there's just not enough buyers out there for them. My condos certainly are not getting a lot of love. We're getting some showings, but not as much activity. And at the end of the day, when buyers have a lot of selection, buyers are savvy. They're not stupid. They're going to spend the money that they need to spend and no more. So you've got to come to the price point that's going to make them attracted to that unit. And to do that, you've got to be pretty sharp with your pencil.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like on the listing side, because you want to get the attention, you want to be, relatively speaking, you want to be at a price where you're going to get a lot of people through. And if you're trying to reach, and I just had this conversation with a seller, so we've just done a price reduction.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. If you think the market is not going to get any stronger in the next while, and you have a place to sell, you are going to need to price your place lower than the competition in order to sell it today, so you don't sell it later for even less when market is worth less than today. If you really believe the market's going to stay stable or go up, maybe you use a different strategy. But right now, with so much selection, in order to be sold, you have to get ahead of everyone else. It's a race to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But you know what? It's so much easier to say this when we're not talking to a client.
Totally. And the thing is, too, I mean, I am actually, I am counseling my clients to hold, not to drop forever, because there are some, the market does also have people who are looking for specific location, or there is something unique about the unit, or there's a different marketplace that's going to be coming in. For example, units around UVic, Camosun, the market for that is going to shift a little bit as we have people looking for homes for their student children in the coming months. So something that's been sitting a while at a certain price might actually have a bit of a boost in activity without any change in price come summer.
Agree. So I find like when I have a property in Saanich East, I am very particular about the days or months that I'm listing there, just being very strategic about garnering the attention of people who are maybe coming in last minute to find accommodation for their kids. But, elsewhere in the city, I'm not that particular. I'm going to be putting it on the market if we need to. And that being said, we just got an accepted offer on a property, and it's really interesting. I think it depends not only on the buyer, but also on the agent who's looking and what kind of offer you're going to get, because some agents list high, some agents list low, some agents buy high, some agents buy low. So you want to get the right buyer agent in as well. And I said to my client, if you want to sell your place, price sharply. They listened, and we got an offer. So,
Yep.
that was good.
Price does miracles. Miracles happen when you have the price right.
So we are at Row Townhouses, Jen, and we are actually seeing a bit of an increase. So
Well, that's
over
good.
the past, over the past 2
gonna
years,
help.
we have been around the 800 to 850 mark, and we are up a little bit. And I think this has to do with new construction.
Yep.
So specifically, I think those ones around Wilkinson, they're very nice, well appointed, and a great location. And so that's affecting the market. We don't have the inventory that we do in condos or townhouses, but I just want to say that townhouses fit that missing middle model. So there are people who didn't have a choice before. There weren't a lot of townhouses. This is kind of to me, the house du jour. So for people downsizing, they have a choice. They can go to a townhouse. They don't have to go to a condo. And for people upsizing, they can move from a condo to a townhouse. So we have two groups converging. I think that's what's happening.
And the new construction too. I mean, you've got lower strata fees usually, and definitely more appealing that way.
Yep.
True.
There's so many different configurations for townhouses, and so the market for townhouses really should be split into, you were talking about the 3-level ones. There's quite a few of those out in Happy Valley area. They are really they're not going to be attractive to people with mobility issues. They're not going to be attractive. They've got their own unique market, and they're really a quick and cheap, I guess, option for housing, where you don't have neighbors above you. But I guess what I'm saying is, that kind of configuration versus a rancher townhouse on a larger piece of property is so different. They're almost different animals. It would be really nice to be able to provide some stats at some point on how these different types break down over time.
Well, even just having primary bedroom on the main level.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest defining factor, because those new townhouses, you come in, you're driving in and you have to go up. And so immediately you have stairs. And I would suggest, buyers really need to look at floor plans before they go out and look at those townhouses.
Yeah.
And just be a little more discerning.
I feel like there's kind of two main channels for townhouses, and one is the retiring couples who are looking for something that's easier care than a single family home. Doesn't necessarily have to have the master bedroom on the main, but that's a really big attractant. And then you've got the other side is the kind of entry level housing alternative, where you've got something that feels more like a house than a condo. Maybe you've got pets or something, but you can't afford a house yet. So it's like a property ladder item.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
And you want to make sure that when you're, so we were talking about churning real estate on our team the other day. Just be careful that you're not getting into a point where you're just churning for the sake of churning. So you don't want to buy and sell and buy and sell. If you can save up a little more money and get into a townhouse as opposed to going into a condo and then a townhouse, you're just going to save a lot more money in the long run and transitions.
Yep.
It costs big time money to buy and sell, but if an opportunity is there, you want to take it.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so I added this because I thought it was so interesting. It's year-over-year changes in single-family home benchmark prices. So what I love about this matrix is it tells you the units sold, and it gives you the difference in number of units as opposed to just price year over year. So single-family homes for Greater Victoria, 370 units sold last month. That was 3.1% higher. Last month was 3.1% over the month before, but it's down 2.4% year over year. And single family homes in other areas are down 30.8%. So 18 sales over the month, and 21.7% over the year. So what we're seeing is a lot of activity in the core. So there's 388 sales overall, and the core is doing well, but the outer areas are kind of suffering. And then in condos, we're at 182 units sold last month. That's 3.2% down over the month before. And guess what? Over the year before for condos, 26.9%. So that's where we're seeing people. But the townhomes, 94 sold. This is only 4.1% less than last month, but up 25.3% from last year. This is why I'm thinking townhomes are going up.
Right.
So, selling.
Hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
It is.
Yeah. So this month, the average price for single family homes in Greater Victoria was 1.282, and that's down 4.6% over month. So exactly what you were saying, Andrew, that the prices are coming down, and 2.9% over last year. And then condos are at 591. That's down 8.8% from last month and 1.7% up over last year. But row townhouses are the winner at 889,000, and they're increased 2.3% month over month and 4.6% year over year. So there you go. Been an interesting year.
It's been an interesting spring, interesting year. Didn't necessarily go the way I think I was predicting it, but I can tell you I'm busier right now than I've been for quite some time, partly because I have a large listing inventory, but also my buyers are very active and they are recognizing value and starting to take action. So I feel like, the page is maybe starting to turn, at least in my own business. Jane and Jen, maybe you can speak to that as well.
Jen was saying she's busy, right?
Yeah. You're reiterating exactly what I said at the beginning of the show, that I've definitely gotten busier this week. Lots of active applications, few purchases, and
Good. Okay. We want to hear that. We want a healthy market.
Yes.
Just want to say real estate is not for the weak-hearted. It really is a week by week reality check. So we are living on a heartbeat here, going up and down. And this is why we do our monthly updates every month or every week, because we really want to keep apprised of what's going on, because it can change. It really can change. Don't you guys think?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed our show, please like it. Don't forget to subscribe, comment with any questions or thoughts that you might have on where the market's going, and share it to somebody who may be interested, because I think this is really good and valuable advice. Andrew, how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, please reach out. I'm Andrew Plank. I'm with the Vibe Collective at Royal LePage. My number is 250-360-6106. And you can reach me by email at info@andrewplank.com. There's two websites, my business website of andrewplank.com and the team website, realvibe.ca. Both places you'll find lots of resources. Thanks so much.
All right. And Jen?
You can reach me at 250-217-4925. Email jen@jenlowe.ca. My website is jenlowe.ca.
All right. And you can reach me at jane@thebriarhillgroup.com. My number is 250-744-0775. My website's briarhillgroup.com for me and Sean. And you can follow me on Instagram, which is so exciting. And yesterday I talked about buyer agency. And it's at realtyteacher_remax_Victoria. So, all right. We are on actually Wednesdays now at whenever we release it, but we're recording it in the morning. So if you have any questions or you want information, please submit questions before that. Anything else you guys want to say?
We are live today by the looks of it, are we?
We are live today.
Woo!
Yeah, okay.
We like to change it up.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get here. So exciting.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Living
All right,
on
thanks,
the
everybody.
heat of the moment. Take care. Bye-bye.
I know.
Thanks for joining us on the Greater Victoria Real Estate Show.
We're here weekly, bringing you up-to-date insights on the Greater Victoria real estate market.
Make sure to follow and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you listen to podcasts so you'll never miss an update.
We'll be back next week with more clarity around what's happening and what it means for you.